My nerves.
Hello. Oh, I'm a joke. I
How are
forgot blank.
you?
I'm all good, thank you.
I
I'm all
tell
good.
you what, Tyrone McKenna is in a group chat right now, texting every boxer that he knows. I was like, I need someone to do an interview quick.
I forgot. I genuinely forgot blank. I was playing the PlayStation. Look, I never even realised I was
That's
playing the
okay.
PlayStation.
Ah,
And
you're
the
grand. Don't
earphones in
worry
the
about it.
ears.
It's all good. It's all good. How are you?
I'm all good, thank you. You?
Yeah, not too bad considering what's going on.
It's a joke. It's a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. How are you finding it? What are you spending your days doing?
Luckily, I've got a gym, so it ain't too bad for me. But I feel sorry for the ones who ain't got gyms and stuff like that there, because how are they gonna train like all the boxers and that? And a lot of boxers ain't got no sponsors. And I feel sorry for the ones who's more like unfortunate boxing wise than like most of the top ones. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I don't know how they're coping, because that's probably some of them. Their only job is boxing,
Mhm.
and they've got to sit down and not really work and not get paid. And that
I know it's a worrying time, especially with, if you were waiting to fight or if you had a fight scheduled over the last couple of weeks.
I did as well. I was fighting the bar and Joyce on the card, and I was training really really hard for it. And 3 weeks before, got cancelled.
What is that like? What's the feeling? Because obviously there's nothing you can do about it. It's a little bit different than like if an opponent pulls out or if our cards falls apart or
Mm.
something. But how do you how do you kind of release all the sort of like pent up sort of emotion and energy that you've had like getting ready to fight, being 3 weeks out?
Do you want me to tell you exactly what I do?
Yes.
I go straight to the nearest Nando's and stuff myself, and I pack a Haribos. That's the first thing I do.
So what do you get in Nando's when you go there?
4 chicken thighs, peri chips. If not, a diet, uh, and peas, and a limit
Oh,
cheese. That's the one.
that's not too
Peri
bad.
tamer, loads of peri tamer.
Any desserts?
No desserts. No desserts.
No
I'm
desserts.
too
Too sweet.
small. I can't carry a dessert and the food.
No desserts for the bantamweights, right?
No, the bantamweights. We don't eat desserts after our food.
So what's your day like now? How are you kind of sticking to a schedule? Are you getting up at a certain time? Like what are you doing?
Not really. No, to be honest. I'm literally all I'm doing is I'm getting up about half 10, 11 o'clock. I'm watching a few tellies in bed. I rise up about 1 o'clock. I go and wash myself, brush my teeth. I get ready for the gym. Have a cup of coffee before the gym. It's the exact same schedule every day.
Yeah.
Uh, train in the gym. I got a running machine. I got everything in there, like everything I need. So my strength coach Ricky McFarlane, he FaceTimes me, tells me what to do with
I've
strength
been
bars,
watching. Yeah, it's really good.
and then train. That's it.
Are you someone, would you normally be in a gym working alongside different people? Like, obviously, I know for your sparring and stuff, you'll have to be,
Yeah.
but do you normally kind of train alone or are you used to being in a gym
In
environment?
the gym with loads of all the boys, we're all together as
Mm.
a team. Like about five of us train at once. We all go around the circle. So I do miss the boys now. I'm not gonna lie. Even though
Yeah.
I torture them all, but I miss them now.
So, how is life? I mean, a new pro, like probably one of the most exciting new pros to come on the scene in terms of like the media exposure that you've gotten and, the sort of like energy that's sort of surrounding your name. How's it been?
Very good. It makes me train harder. Some people it gets to their head, but to me it's like a normal thing. So when I'm nowhere where I want to be yet. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still, I'm still a prospect. Don't want to be a prospect. So after time will tell when I'm a bit older. I'm 19 now, so if I get a couple of belts this year,
Mm-hmm.
hope to God roll a life, and then take it up to the take it to the big boys, and that.
Well, I mean, you had quite a decorated amateur career.
Yeah,
So when you made the decision to turn pro, was it kind of like you had to sort of put that amateur career to the back of your mind and kind of say, right, it's a fresh slate now and we have to start fresh and look forward to kind of the future?
definitely. Some people they look at amateur career, because a lot of amateurs don't make good pros, and
Mm,
they look at their amateur career and they think they've already made it before they made it. But all
yes.
that does, that just gets you a stepping stone to where you want to be. And
Mm,
I can win it. You can win every title there was, but it doesn't mean nothing now. What's it mean now? A journeyman can come on, and 8 ounce gloves on, clip in the chin, put you to sleep. Your whole career's enough over, and that's what can you do? Your amateur career ain't gonna save you, is it?
So, in your opinion, what do you think is the biggest mistake that successful amateurs make in the pro ranks? Successful amateurs that don't make it as successful in
Because
pro ranks.
I reckon, personally, they stay amateur too long.
Hmm.
They stay on GB too long, and that GB style doesn't suit me. The reason why I turned pro really as well was because I was stuck between weights. I couldn't make it was too big of a jump. You know what I mean? It was 4 kilo jumps, so it was too big. That's one of the reasons why I turned pro. To be honest, well, I beat all them boys very easy, but they stay on GB too long. They get too old. They have too much hard sparring. Because down the England squad and stuff, they spar you 20 rounds and 15 rounds sparring, which isn't great for you. You know what I mean? So the more you
Yeah.
get hit, the shorter your career is going to be.
Do you know, we had a guy, a young boxer on last night, Danny Morell, who's 17. He's about to turn pro or he was scheduled to turn pro when he turns 18 in 2 weeks. And what I was asking him is, was he nervous? Did he have concerns about being so young, turning over? And he was like, obviously, no, it's, what I want to do. What advice would you have for young pros that are turning 18, that want to turn pro, that are getting started, and people are saying to them, you're too young, you're too young?
They told me the same thing, didn't they? So, personally, you have to win a few titles because you'd be fighting for pennies. You know what I mean? So that's number one. I try and win a few titles. If he, I don't know if he has or not. Make sure try and sign with a good promoter and good managers, because that's what they control your career. They can blink the fingers and ruin your whole career as fast as that. And to be honest, I'm always around my family and always around older people, so that's why I'm probably a bit more far fetched than others. Stay away from all all your mates. You think your mates, and the bad influences, isn't they?
Yeah, so you sound like you've got a lot of wisdom for someone of your age. That the way that you're speaking there about, like, keeping your circle small and trusting certain people, good people. That's kind of something that people, later in life only get to discover.
Yeah,
Would you say that you've had to mature quite a lot since you've started boxing?
definitely. Listen, I left school for boxing at 10 years of age.
Mm.
I was travelling trains at the age of 10 years of age. 3 hours. I used to live in a place called Brackley. I used to travel 20 miles to the train station, which took about 40 minutes. I'd get a train from a place called Banbury all the way to Bethnal Green. It was like 5 changes. It took me like 3.5 hours to get there, and a mile walk to the gym as well, like from the train station. So it was every day. I trained for 3 hours, and I'd take the same journey home. So I was always on the back road with no one there. So all I did today was train. That's all I could do.
So at that young of an age, what's the mindset? I mean, what are your thoughts when you're on your way, taking that really long journey to go train? And are you thinking about being a world champion, being a professional boxer?
Exactly that. I never would have done it. I never would have carried on my career if I never thought I'd be a world champion.
Mm.
I know it's good to win the British titles and Irish titles, but there's still. No, sounds horrible, but it's nothing to me. I think personally, you want to. That's what I dream of. You dream of the world titles, don't you?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think, I think in my ability, I can do it 100%. Help of God.
Can you remember an exact moment where something clicked, where you were like, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm meant to do, and I'm going to do it?
For some reason, I always, since I'm 11, 12, I always knew I was going to
Mm.
box. I had no doubt in my head. I had no doubt in my head that I was going to be a boxer, because I put so much into it. I put a lot more into it than a lot of other boxers did, amateur boxers. I always, where I lived, I always built a gym. And we've only been here about 3 years, and I built a gym straight away. And where I lived before, we built a gym as well. So I'm a bit of a madman. I'm often running at 2, 3 in the morning, just out of boredom, really.
Mm. So talk to me about growing up. Was there people in your family that boxed? Were they amateur? Were they professional? Like, what was your environment growing up?
My brother was good. He was like, at one point he was 12-0, boxed for England. He was like schoolboy champion, like national champion. He was very good, but he gave up due to being around the wrong people and partying and girls, as you know.
Stay
Uh,
away from them.
yeah, I've got one here. She's giving me the evils, and yeah, that kind of stuff there really. He's partying, caught up in the bad lives. That's what give up. Johnny Coyle, who was a good pro, he was 21 now. He's a cousin of mine. But he retired because he got someone stabbed him. He won the prize fighter, a very very good fighter, but he gave up as well. So it's only me left.
So does that kind of play into your desire to be great and to be successful, that you've seen people with potential around you that don't do what you're doing now anymore?
Definitely, definitely. If you ask me training, I'm the hardest trainer in the gym. The first one in, the last one out every time. So I think it's just destined to happen. It's going to happen.
So let's talk about your style. Your fight style is very unusual and very
Yeah,
exciting. And I was watching some of your fights today, and you're just, I think maybe like it's like, I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's like a real like old school style, but you've sort
yeah.
of like rejigged it and made it your own. Talk to me about that. Was that something that your own style, did you work on it yourself? Did it something that you know, you decide, not I suppose decided upon, but you saw your own strengths, or did someone come to you and be like, this is the game that you need to play?
No, just for some reason, I boxed me out. I just did that myself naturally.
Mm.
Um, like my brother was completely opposite. He was more of a textbook. He was still very good, but he's more of a textbook. But that's just my own style. I watched a lot of Pernell Whitaker. I love Edwin Valerio, all them old school fighters, which are very very good fighters. Especially Pernell Whitaker, he's definitely top three
Hmm.
favourites. It's kind of, I couldn't say the similar as him because he's unbelievable. He's one of the greatest of all times, but a similar style, no.
Yeah.
But
So, how was or what was the conversation that led to signing with Frank Warren? I mean, there's people out there that like they can only dream of signing with Frank Warren after 15, 20 pro fights, and you're straight in, getting this incredible opportunity alongside of him.
definitely, the world is my oyster right now. The world's at my feet, literally.
Absolutely, I agree.
And I went down to Al Smith's gym, who was my trainer, and Eddie Lamb's, and I was in the finals soon of the youth ABAs. So I went down there for a little session just to lose a bit of weight. I was fighting that soon, and I did pads with him. And we clicked from there and then. So straight after that, after the them pads, I wanted to turn pro straight away. So I won the championships, then I turned pro straight away. I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, amazing. I don't regret it either. None of us do. But when you win and when you have all these accolades, who are the people that you think about? Like, who are the people that fill you with pride and who you kind of fight for?
Well, definitely my father, 100%, because he told me from day one what I was going to do, and we should sit down, me and him, just watch boxing all day, all the time. We used to watch boxing when I was young. Just kept watching boxing, Box Nation, when that was the best.
Mm.
I used to watch it every single day. But he told me, without him, I definitely wouldn't be able to do it now because he used to drive me to the train stations and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And he helped me out a lot, so definitely got to thank him one of the most. And my trainer, Al Smith, as well. He was very, very good to me. When I first time pro, he was very good to me as well.
Is it hard to kind of remain patient when it comes to your career? Because normally we see the guys that are new and they're starting out, and obviously you're undefeated as a professional. Is it 6-0 now, right?
Yeah, yeah,
6-0, and they just want to fight. They just want to show the world how good they are and get the progression and have it to come as quick as possible. Is it hard for you to just remain patient and to just wait for time to happen and for things to just unravel naturally? Do you just want to like get out there and fight?
definitely. I'd love to. But I've tried to fight a few good fighters, like the likes of former English champion Lewis Norman. He said no. The Southern Area champion right now, Ricky Little, he said no. Prince Patel, he said no. So it's quite hard for me to get matched in England anyway. I don't think there's a bantamweight in England apart from the ones like who's on the British champion
Mm.
right now. But apart from them, no one will fight me in England.
How
And
frustrating is that for you?
it's definitely frustrating. But I need to realise how young I am. I want to push me through as
Hmm.
much as you can. But my trainer, obviously, that's his job, and MTK as my managers. That's their job to hold me back, and just take it when the time's right.
When you look back at all the boxers who've inspired you and who have made you want to be great, what would you like young kids to say about you?
Young kids say about me. I want to be
Mm.
one of the greatest of all times, multiple world champion in 3, 4 different weights. Unless they're
Big.
onto that, it's a big statement. Unless they're onto that, I'm not happy.
Bro, listen, go big or go home. Isn't that it?
Get rich or die trying, innit?
Yeah, absolutely. There's loads of questions after coming in here, so I'm gonna like have a little look in the comment box and
Yeah.
see what they're asking. Uh, uh, so Harry Manley 13 has asked a really good question. He said, "Can you ask Dennis what goes through his head when he's walking to the ring, please?"
His trainer tells me do not take your eyes off your opponent. So like from that, as soon as I see me opponent, I will not take my eyes off him. So I'll just keep it on him at all times.
Mm.
And it's obviously it's nervous, isn't it? But as soon as the music comes on, the bright lights come on. I just switch on. I switch on straight away.
What's your
I, don't,
walkout tune?
I ain't got a proper one yet. I need to get one made.
Oh, okay.
I need to get
Yeah.
one made. I need to get a good one made, already.
Yeah, definitely. Um, who did you fight? Is it Jack Jev? Is that his name that you fought last?
Georgie Evan, Royal Bahol, or
No, no, no.
Sanchez. Oh
Yeah,
no, hold on, hold
no, no,
on.
no. The stoppage. I watched it today. It's like Jay.
Georgiev, or is it Baldy Head?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I was watching it right, and when when you're in the ring and you hit when you throw a punch, right, and you've hurt them, you do this thing on your face where you kind of laugh, you kind of smile, or you look
yeah.
like it's so endearing. Well, endearing in the sense
I
that
always do it.
you're gonna knock them out, right? But
Yeah,
what is that thought going through your head? Because it's you notice it straight away as a punter when you're watching you fight.
I just want to take him out there and then, and yeah, you don't get paid for overtime, do you?
No, you don't.
Get your money and do one. Stop him early and do one. Man.
It is right. Hang on, I go back in here and see. Um, loads of people saying they're really big fans and they can't wait for you to fight again. David Brankley has asked, how are you adjusting your training regime given the current climate? You kind of spoke about it at the start, but give a little
Yeah,
rundown again for them.
yeah. Well, it ain't too bad for me because I got a gym outside with running machines and everything I need really. So I'm just training and taking away in there. Just training in there.
Kane McCann, I'm sure this is a relative of yours, has asked, any
No,
chance
I
you'll get
ain't.
a bald head this quarantine?
No chance. My missus has become mad.
I have to say, it's an old school haircut as well that you're rocking, right?
No, right now it's a normal hairstyle. I look like Justin Bieber, but when I get a haircut, it looks it looks slick when I get a haircut.
Ah, let me see. We take one more here. Paddy Boyle, number 12, has said, "What advice would you give to me for my boxing?"
Depends on the amateur or it's a hard
He
question.
doesn't say. He doesn't say.
It's a very hard question, that one. I don't know.
I'll finish off. Give him advice on how to be as successful as you are.
As successful as I am, surround yourself with good people. Stay away from your city mates, which you know are
Mm-hmm.
silly, and just keep training hard and just keep dedicated. Keep
Very.
dedicated.
That's a good one. Okay, one more because this is a really good one. Carl Finbar has asked, "Can you please ask Dennis what he thinks are his weaknesses and what he needs to improve on?"
I haven't got a weakness. I have no weaknesses, and improve on. That's for my trainer to say that as well. How could I have
Yeah.
opponents watching this?
um, loads of comments just saying so dedicated for his age, really great fighter. Um, Kelvin Martin 93 has asked, have you ever aspired Sonny Edwards?
Have I ever sparred him? No, never
Yeah,
have. I think he might be a weight or two below me, so I've never
yeah,
really sparred him.
he's flyweight, right?
Flyweight, yeah. Just a tiny guy weight. I thought I was small, wasn't I? I'll go mad if it's any smaller than this.
Yeah. Right, all these are flying in. So let me just ask one more, and then Tatsa says, "This is I know Tatsa." He said, "Dennis is a very good friend of Monkstown Boxing Club."
Yeah, definitely. Very, very
That's
nice guys.
cool. Yeah, very
Some good
nice.
fighters. Some good fighters in that
JP and
team.
all the crew. Yeah,
Very nice.
they do the Monkstown Box Cup every
Yeah, I know
year.
that cup.
What a like! I am not only saying it, but I've never been so impressed by the
No,
skill level
very
that
good.
was out there.
Definitely.
Incredible.
I fought against Ireland maybe four. I think it's 4 times now. So I beat Ireland in Europeans. Uh, a guy called Killian Geraghty.
Yeah.
And then I fought an Irish kid last year, Dean Clancy, in Haringey Bosque. You know Dean Clancy?
Yes. Yeah.
So I beat him last year. And to be honest, I didn't fancy going to Monkstown because I was definitely getting stitched up if I went over there. Get revenge on me there, wouldn't they?
Yeah, there's no revenge coming now.
When I was in the Europeans, they all call me an import. You need to come back to Ireland.
Yeah.
As
Well,
I said to me.
to be honest, I wouldn't mind reclaiming you as our own. What is the connection? Were you born over here?
No, but all my family's from like Wexford, like my
Yeah.
granddad's house over there, and my family lived over. My mum and dad lived over there years ago. But we're from Wexford, like you know what that
Do you
is.
visit?
Very rarely, like once a year.
That's not too bad. That's
Yeah, ain't
okay.
too bad. Ain't too
Strawberries,
bad.
Wexford strawberries. They're nationally known.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Wexford has the
yeah.
most famous strawberries.
Why? Because it's so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
No way. I love strawberries as well.
Yeah, people like travel to go to get like it's like a thing over here. If you have strawberries, someone will go, "Are they Wexford?" Because it's like they're really well
Yeah,
known. Right, I'm going to take one more question because I feel bad letting you go, and then everyone has
yeah.
sent in
No worries.
questions. Keith or Kai Tomo Thompson, Dennis, how did you manage bad times during your amateur career?
Uh, I never had no bad times, for being honest.
Yeah.
I've won everything every year, so thank God. So my question to that one is, I ain't had no bad times.
Was there ever a moment of, struggle? Because I know that you say that when you were doing the traveling and everything was sort of there was long journeys for you to get to training and different things.
That was the
Was it
worst.
just was it just a case of I know that this is going to pay off, or
I
was there
knew it
ever
was going to pay
moments
off.
where
No, I never doubted it, honestly. So if I doubted it, I'd say it. I never doubted myself. Just sometimes when you're dieting and starving with hunger, I have a backpack on my back and an underground tube, sweating to bits. It was the worst thing ever. I
I
couldn't
bet
go
it
back there.
was?
I couldn't do it again, honestly. Starving.
Let me see now. Uh, uh, Key Coleman has asked, who would you most like to box?
Prince Patel.
Yeah,
100%.
I think we're all waiting for that, aren't we?
He won't take it though for some reason. God knows why.
Did he? He didn't give you a reason, did he?
He reckons he wants 6 figures. That could be 990 grand for you know. 6 figures he wanted.
It's not a bad payday. There's loads
No.
of people after asking how many amateur fights should they have before going pro?
Uh,
Can you give a number, or is it just they
no.
have to just
No,
feel it out?
because at the age of 12 and 13, Russians have 250 amateur fights, and
Mm.
Ireland have a lot of amateur fights. So there's not really a limit. It's just titles. It's all about titles, isn't it? It's all about
Yeah, absolutely.
how many titles you win. Or like that, you know what I mean? Finish amateur career on a high and then turn pro. That's good
What?
advice.
Because of all your titles that you won, Is there a proudest one or one that meant the most to you?
No, they all meant the same thing to me, if I'm being honest. The first one, obviously, when you first win your national title, that's one of your favourites, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's your first time when you're young. You definitely probably one of my best moments. But they're all like mean so much to me.
Mm. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate you taking the time.
No problem. No problem. I'll probably see you on the shows on the way one
Yeah,
day.
you will do 100%. Yeah, I'm going to be over in the UK a little bit more once we're back allowed to
I'll be on the
travel.
Frampton on the card anyway, the world title one.
Oh, I'll be there. Don't worry.
See you there, yeah?
We'll get a proper interview, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
All
Will
right,
do.
Dennis.
Bye
Take it
bye.
easy. Bye, love. See you later.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.